go hi, Al. Okay, we'll wait for everyone to come in. You know what? I forgot to do the redirect. Oh boy. Now they're going to have to find us on their own. See if I can go in there in that one and tell them. Sorry, I'm just sharing the stream out. Sharing this out. Then we'll start. Okay. All right, so there we go. Let's see if we got anyone here. All right, so hi, Deborah, Elle. Hi, Gretchen. How are you? Margot. It's still taking a long time to get everybody back in here. All right, well, I guess I'll just start anyway. So there's questions about this little toddler, 7-month-old. Excuse me. She's not a toddler yet. She looks older than, I don't know if they have her name in her age wrong, and it's not 17 months because she looks way older. Okay, then 7 months. All right, so what we have, yeah, she is older than, she's 2 years old. I don't know what the heck. All right, never mind. The news is really crazy. She's 2 years old. In January, 2-year-old Oaklee Snow was taken from her father's home in Oklahoma without his consent by the mother, Madison Marshall. Marshall, 22, is now in a North Carolina jail facing neglect charges, but no one can find Oaklee. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, said Zach Snow, Oaklee's father. I've been on my phone day in and day out. I mean, you know, contacting and trying to find someone that might know where she's at. Oaklee is 2. She has blonde hair, blue eyes, weighs 35 pounds, and that's according to a March 8th press release from the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department. At the time, Indianapolis police said that Snow was last seen January 19th in Cromwell, Oklahoma, but was brought to Indianapolis by Marshall. Marshall left with both Oaklee and Snow's, here's the 7-month-old son, Colton, traveling with her boyfriend, Rowan Waters. Rowan Waters, the boyfriend, has family in Indiana. Madison was arrested in North Carolina on neglect of a dependent charges. Oaklee has not been found despite numerous interviews between Marshall and authorities. Court documents say the boyfriend and the mother stayed in an Indianapolis drug house. Great. On March 3rd, police in Colorado arrested Waters for an outstanding warrant on charges of child abuse and domestic assault and battery in the presence of a minor. Waters told detectives he had traveled from Oklahoma with Marshall and her 2 children in his blue Dodge Durango. After reaching Indianapolis, they stayed at a trap house so he and Marshall could use drugs. Waters said they made the decision to abandon the 7-month-old Colton at an Indianapolis residence and then take Oaklee with them. During an interview, Seminole County investigator J.T. Palmer said that according to authorities, witnesses saw Oaklee being carried out of what they called a crack house on February 9th. They describe it as she was either asleep or unconscious. She wasn't moving. She was wrapped in a blanket. That sounds horrendous. Waters said a family member recovered Colton from the Indianapolis house and turned him over to the Indianapolis Department of Child Services. Waters was unwilling to provide authorities any information where they could find Oaklee. We are all devastated, in disbelief and confusion right now, Keona Waters, Rowan Waters' sister, said in a statement to the Indy Star, adding that their family was hopeful for positive news but declined further comment. April Kelly, a family friend, said the whole situation is traumatizing. I'm a mother of 5 children, and my children know Oaklee. We've been camping with them. My kids played with her. It's just heartbreaking and traumatizing. Kelly's husband and the missing girl's father, Zachary Snow, grew up together. In recent years, the families have become so close that Kelly considers Zachary Snow her brother. We just pray for the best. Kelly said, we want the best outcome and we want Oaklee home. It's been really hard. Here's a picture of Oaklee with her dad, who's desperately looking for her. Family and friends have called every hospital in the Indianapolis area, hoping to locate the missing girl, to no avail. When the children were first taken by their mother, Zachary Snow had issues getting help from authorities as their mother had full custody. Had they helped him at first, maybe Oaklee would already be home, and maybe they would have already found her, Kelly said. Oaklee's loved ones just want her home. Oaklee is a happy baby, Kelly said. She has the biggest blue eyes, and she's always smiling. She'd always make you smile when she would look up at you. Paul Waters, Rowan Waters' father, said he was sad and sickened on learning that Oaklee was missing. From a ranch in Oklahoma where he trains and sells horses, Paul Waters says he received a call from Rowan in jail but declined to assist his son with bail money. He can't imagine what befell Oaklee, but says he hopes that someone comes forward with some information soon. I guarantee you someone knows something, Paul Waters said. It's not like losing your keys or your dang phone. It's a kid. Somebody has to know something. People are encouraged to contact the IMPD Missing Persons Unit at 317-327-6160 or call the Crime Stoppers of Central Indiana at 317-262-8477. So sad. That doesn't sound good at all. And next. Next, we're going to talk about this Colorado man who killed his wife and daughter with an axe so they wouldn't be homeless. So there was a media release from the city of Englewood, and they said that on March 25, 2023, at approximately 6:03 p.m., the Englewood Police Department received a call from a Reginald McLaren, age 81, who stated that his wife and adult daughter had been murdered. He stated that he believed he knew the suspect and that the suspect had used a hammer. Officers responded to 901 Englewood Parkway, and they located McLaren inside the apartment. Officers then entered the residence and found two victims inside large trash cans that were on the floor of the living room area. Both victims had substantial injuries and showed no signs of life. Englewood detectives, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation Crime Scene Unit, and the Arapahoe County Coroner's Office all responded to conduct a homicide investigation. During the course of this investigation, it was determined that the victims were both killed with an axe and that one victim was dismembered with a saw. Detectives established probable cause to arrest McLaren for the murders. McLaren will have a hearing advisement. A copy of the arrest affidavit can be... Let's go over here. Hold on. Let's go over here because... I'm going to go to why he did this. We're trying to determine what he did, Jones said, describing the 80-year-old man as distraught during the investigation. The arrest affidavit gave a major clue. The document said that McLaren told detectives he had recently lost a job where he worked with people who are homeless. He said because of his job loss, he wouldn't be able to pay the rent, so he killed his wife and daughter to keep them from becoming homeless. McLaren said he planned the murders, recently buying the trash cans, the axe, and saw he fully intended to use. He said he hit his wife and daughter in the head with the axe Saturday morning, and then he struck them 2 more times before putting their bodies in trash cans, where he said he could not lift them when he tried to get them out of the apartment. The affidavit further stated that McLaren told detectives he has no regrets because he knows they're in a better place. Some of our detectives have been detectives for 20 years, and they describe this as one of the most gruesome crime scenes that they've ever been a part of, said the Englewood Police Division Chief Tracy Jones. Our officers who responded, obviously, were taking their mental health into consideration and we're getting them all the help and resources that they'll need. McLaren is currently being held without bond. That is crazy, right? Okay. So opening statements started today during the heartbreaking trial of Orson and Orrin West, the adopted boys that are allegedly killed by their adoptive parents, Trezell and Jacqueline West. The bodies of the 2 boys have never been found, but Southern California prosecutors say there's more than enough direct and circumstantial evidence to try the adoptive parents for the boys' mysterious murders. The brothers, ages 3 and 4, were reported missing from their California City home on December 21st, 2020 by the Wests. The couple also had 2 biological children and 2 other adopted children, all under the age of 10. 2 days after reporting the boys missing, the Wests spoke to reporters and neighbors outside their home. They said it was understandable that people suspected them of foul play, but insisted they wanted nothing more than to find the boys. But eyes quickly fell on the Wests, whom police described as cooperative throughout the investigation. Time passed, tips came in, there were billboards put up, news outlets kept circulating the story, but the boys' fate remained a mystery until the Wests were taken into custody March 1st of 2022. District Attorney Cynthia Zimmer announced the following day the couple had been indicted by a grand jury. Evidence from an exhaustive investigation pinpointed Orrin and Orson to having died in September 2020, 3 months before they were reported missing. Now, if you remember, these people were talking. They were telling us this story outside their house, that they were wrapping presents and the boys went outside and all of that business, right? Yeah, that didn't even happen. The boys, according to this, were killed in September. The charges against the adoptive parents include second-degree murder, involuntary manslaughter, and willful cruelty to a child, among other counts. The biggest question is where exactly investigators believe the children were killed, California City or Bakersfield, where the Wests lived until September 2020. The investigation has not yet revealed what city they think the boys were killed in, but they believe the boys died as a result of abuse. The case is based on circumstantial evidence. The Wests pled not guilty to the 7 counts against them. In opening statements, the prosecution alleged the Wests adopted Orrin and Orson, who were given the names Classic and Sincere Pettis at birth, with the intention of living off the money they'd received for providing foster care. Defense attorneys countered that and said California City was punishing the Wests for being different, and that officials would rather blame them than to continue searching for the boys. Some of the West's 4 surviving children, who are all in state custody, are expected to be called to the stand at the trial. Trezell and Jacqueline West face life sentences if convicted of murder or conspiracy charges in the deaths of the brothers. Okay, 1 second. And now we're going to go to Bryan Kohberger right now. Okay. The Loudoun County prosecutors notified a judge this week that they're disclosing potential Brady Giglio material related to an officer involved in the investigation of Bryan Kohberger. Brady material refers to information that could potentially be exculpatory for a defendant, meaning it could prove his or her innocence. The Giglio material pertains to information that could impeach the credibility of a witness, in this case, an officer who worked on Kohberger's case. The relevant material is in the form of a confidential internal affairs investigation that's related to the officer. The judge, Megan Marshall, granted a protective order that was requested by the prosecutors to shield the materials from public view because they are personal records. Naima Rahami, a former federal prosecutor and president of West Coast Trial Lawyers, explained that the relevant material could be related to officer misconduct in Kohberger's case, or it could be information about a specific officer's past that impeaches their credibility as a witness at Kohberger's trial. It could be anything, Rahami said. It could be beating his wife, it could be driving fast, and when he's pulled over, pulling out his badge when he shouldn't. It could be smoking weed. Because the judge approved the protective order, the relevant material cannot be made public by Kohberger's defense attorneys. Prosecutors are disclosing the material because two Supreme Court cases, Brady versus Maryland and Giglio versus United States, obligate them to do so, but also because they are likely to seek the death penalty and want to avoid any issues on appeal. In the prosecution's case, you're thinking ahead. Okay, I've got a strong case. I'm just going to disclose everything because I don't want an appellate issue down the road, Rahami said. Kohberger, who has not entered a plea yet, could face execution if convicted of any one of the first-degree murder charges he faces in the stabbing deaths of Madison Mogen, Kaylee Gonsalves, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle. Law enforcement officials allege that Kohberger, a former graduate student living nearby at Washington State University, ambushed the 4 college students while they were in their off-campus home at around 4 a.m. on November 13th of last year. He was arrested at his family home in Pennsylvania on December 31st and December 30th, I think it was, and extradited back to Idaho, where he faces his trial. Now, there is something that just came out tonight. I just saw something about the knife sheath now that they're also saying is something. And let me see here now. Okay, so let's see if I can find where that was. Let's see. Here we go. So I'm not sure what is going on with the knife sheath, but let me see if I can. So I just saw this while we were live on our other thing, and they're saying that that there's something with the knife sheath beyond this. Now I'm okay. No, I'm not. New court documents have been released in the Bryan Kohberger murder case, revealing a possible misconduct by an officer involved in the case. But I know that I just saw something. And it was, hold on, I think it's down here. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Saw it when we were live at the auction, and now I'm not seeing it. So maybe it's another thing where they are saying, well, we'll find out if there's anything to do with it later on. Okay, let's see what else is going on. Okay, so near Vancouver, or in Vancouver, a man lost his life outside a Starbucks when he asked someone to not vape in front of his daughter. So Vancouver dad Paul Stanley Schmidt was stabbed to death in front of his 3-year-old daughter Erica and his fiancée Ashley Umali after he apparently told the attacker not to vape in front of his child. Yeah, outside a Starbucks. And I'm sorry, he's in Vancouver. This happened in Canada. Wow, okay. They were outside the coffee shop at 5:30 p.m. Sunday while his fiancée, Ashley Umali, was getting the drinks. His mother gave the report to the Vancouver Sun. And horrifying video was posted on social media that captured the moment a man suddenly stabbed Schmidt, who was seen clutching his stomach as he staggered and fell to the ground in a pool of blood. This is crazy. Horrifying video showed that Schmidt, hold on a minute. Schmidt said she was told that the suspect, identified as 32-year-old Inderdeep Singh Gasa, carried out the depraved attack on her son, who asked him not to vape in front of his toddler daughter, Erica. This is so horribly wrong what happened. He was just trying to protect his daughter. I'm angry and I'm sad. It all started because he was vaping beside the baby. Ashley's in shock. She watched the whole thing. She's so devastated. The suspect has been charged with second-degree murder, but Schmidt says she would like the charge to be upgraded to first-degree, which requires proof of premeditation. He had a knife. I don't carry a knife into a coffee shop. Do you? The grieving mother said that she was also shocked how no one rushed to help her dying son. I was incredibly surprised that nobody from inside the Starbucks called for help. Nobody outside called for help. It wasn't until basically he was in dire straits that someone flagged down an officer on the sidewalk. What kind of world are we living in when you take your family to Starbucks in the middle of the afternoon and you're attacked and killed, when many people standing around are videotaping and watching? Police have only said that an officer on patrol was flagged down at around 5:40 p.m. at Granville and West Pender Streets after the stabbing, which followed a brief altercation. The suspect did not resist when the officer arrested him inside the Starbucks. Police spokesman Sergeant Steve Addison spoke out. Now here is the suspect. Okay, so unbelievable. That's really good problem solving, 32-year-old. He said police are appealing for more witnesses and video to help investigators determine a motive in the senseless killing. There's a significant amount of evidence to tell us what happened. What we're focusing now on is why did this happen? What are the events that transpired in the moments leading up to this very serious crime? The spokesman also urged people not to share the shocking footage of the attack. It's graphic video. We're encouraging people not to share that video. We are encouraging people, if you've got the video, if you're a bystander, if you're a witness, please come forward and speak to our investigators. Provide it to our investigators. The murdered man's family are pleading for people not to circulate that chilling video. Someone took my brother's life yesterday and another person filmed it. Do not watch. Instead of calling the police, and worst off, posted it on social media very clearly for views, wrote Jessica Fox on Facebook. I am sick about this. My family is sick about this. I wrote this post many times, being very angry and swearing, but that won't help anything, she added. Schmidt had worked at Jiffy Move, a moving company in Burnaby, for about 5 years. Paul was a great guy and a hard worker, Sean Collins, the company's operation manager, said. He was a devoted husband and father. He told the press that the physically demanding job provided Schmidt with the only income to support his family. On Tuesday, Public Safety Minister Mark Farnsworth said police were doing everything possible to investigate the savage attack. I don't think there are words that can describe just how terrible and just how horrible what happened is. It's awful, he said. What I hope now is that the individual who is obviously in custody will face criminal charges. I understand second-degree murder is what has been charged, and if they're found guilty, I hope they're put away for a long time. The victim's mother said, Umali has been shattered by the loss. She's not talking a lot. I'm on my way to see her now, so I can actually have a conversation with her face-to-face. I'm hoping that I'll be able to have her tell me the whole story, and maybe she can't. I don't know. It was pretty horrific for her to stand and watch the whole thing unfold with her baby. Vancouver Mayor Ken Sim said that the attack was a senseless attack, and it's absolutely terrible. Our hearts and thoughts go out to Mr. Schmidt and Mr. Schmidt's family, everyone who loves him. Starbucks Canada rep Liana Rizzi said that this is a tragic situation and our hearts are with all of those involved and affected by this incident. We are thankful our partners' employees are safe and our focus is on supporting them. Partners have been offered support through our LifeWorks employee assistance program to assist them through this difficult time. I do not have information to share at this time regarding when the store will reopen. Terrible. You just can't say anything. Okay, and this woman looks so familiar to me. But this woman is in jail in Florida. Why? Because she threatened to kill her former co-workers at Disney. Allegedly tried to hire her fellow inmates to kill her parents and grandparents for a $2 million inheritance. Tarigwa Inaru, 29, from Orlando, Florida, has been locked up since December. She recruited her cellmates in a murder-for-hire plot. The Osceola County Sheriff Marco Lopez said that this woman told her two fellow inmates that her parents were wealthy and that she would receive a $2 million inheritance upon their deaths. As part of the twisted plot, Inaru allegedly offered anyone who would kill her relatives $50,000 per victim. The 29-year-old also allegedly used social media to cyberstalk Assistant State Attorney Peter Francis Donnelly, who's prosecuting her case, and she wanted him to suffer and didn't care if his family died too. She allegedly said if she could not find anyone to carry out the killing, she would gladly do it herself. Instead, of taking Inaru up on her offer, the cellmates alerted a corrections officer to the homicidal plot. The inmates told investigators that Inaru gave them instructions on how to make the murders look like a robbery gone wrong. In January, the sheriff's office sent an undercover detective posing as an inmate in Inaru's jail cell. The woman allegedly talked to the cop about her plan towards the prosecutor, but denied trying to hire a hitman. During a subsequent interview with investigators, Inaru allegedly admitted to plotting to have her family wiped out. Inaru claimed that her mother and father molested her and her siblings when they were children, but one of her family members told police that she needs mental health help. The 29-year-old was charged Monday with 3 counts of solicitation to premeditated murder and 1 count of cyberstalking for allegedly sending death threats to Donnelly. During her initial court appearance this week, Inaru asked the presiding judge to state his name, and when he did, she replied with a smirk, "Good to know." Wow. Inaru remains jailed without bond and is due back in court in May. That's crazy. Good to know. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Trying to see if we have anything here. Okay, so it looks like we have something more about this Audrey Hale. Let's see what we've got here. So apparently Audrey Hale was heartbroken over the 2022 death of a girl that she was infatuated with who had played on the same basketball team in school. Samira Hardcastle said that tomboyish Hale had been deeply affected by the death of Sydney Sims, who was killed in a motor vehicle accident in August of 2022. Hardcastle is a classmate of both girls in middle and high school and said after Sydney's tragic death, Audrey was really heartbroken over it. I just feel she took it differently than some of us did. She was still posting about Sydney almost daily. What I knew of her was more admiring Sydney, maybe even infatuation. That's specifically who she really, really looked up to. So on the TikTok that has been since deleted, I am Aiden 10, where Hale identifies using he, him pronouns, there was a TikTok video posted in February entitled Sid, S-Y-D. The clip showed a shadow of a person bouncing a basketball and the words, "For Sid, I look up, the sky is bright, it's a beautiful day, I wish you were here." Hardcastle said she last saw Audrey, who shot her way into the former elementary school on Monday and killed 3 9-year-old students and 3 staff a month ago when they had both attended the taping of their friends Avirana's Patton's radio show. I don't think she was with anyone. She was just kind of by herself, Hardcastle said. I don't think they were very close, but I think Audrey looked up to her like she looked up to Sydney, but I don't know that it was ever like a two-way thing. Patton was the last person that Audrey texted in the minutes before her shooting spree, sending her a message saying, "This is my last goodbye. I love you. See you again in another life." She also described Patton as the most beautiful person I've ever seen and known in my life, adding, "My family doesn't know what I'm about to do. One day this will make more sense. I've left more than enough evidence behind, but something bad is about to happen." Now, there's also more that says, let's see here. One second. That her parents, Audrey Hale's parents, couldn't accept their daughter's trans identity. Hale's strict Christian parents, Norma 61 and 64-year-old Ronald, struggled to come to terms with their daughter's gender identity and sexuality. Police Chief John Drake recently announced that Hale was transgender. He said police were investigating whether her being transgender played a role in her decision to target the private Christian elementary school. Hale, who also went by the name Aiden and used he/him pronouns, would reportedly change clothes after leaving the family home where she lived. "You only see what you want to see," a source said. "Their religion does not allow them to accept homosexuality." Hale's mother works as a coordinator of volunteers and meals team at the Village Chapel, a church based in Nashville. I don't know. That's all the information they get. I don't even understand how they... And then... There's, the police are also saying resentment could have played a part in the shooting. There was some belief that there was some resentment for her having to go to that school, said Police Chief John Drake. They don't have all the details just yet, and to know that's why this incident occurred. Okay. Let's see if I've got anything else. Okay, what is this one? Okay, so we have a... See if we see anything else here. Let's just check if there's anything else. Okay. Oh, here's the thing about the knife sheath. Let's see what they're saying now. Now it's here. Defense team has to be pretty happy. Ashley Banfield is saying, okay. Ashley Banfield is saying this, okay. Criminal defense and civil rights attorney Mark O'Mara discussed a knife sheath, a key piece of evidence in the Idaho College murders that could wind up actually helping the suspect, Bryan Kohberger's defense. Certainly a defense team has to be pretty happy the test did not come back positive to Kohberger's DNA on it. Okay, that's what they're talking about. Okay. Ridiculous. Banfield's really getting really sleazy. So let's see here. Okay, I was trying to see if there was anything new on James Tolliver Craig, the dentist, and there was nothing new. They're talking about the bankruptcies, and we found out about the bankruptcies the first night we looked into this. That's nothing new for us. Let me see. We talked about Adnan Syed yesterday. Let's see. We went over that. I'm just trying to see if there's any other. Okay, so we have a little bit of news on Quentin Simon. The remains of Quentin Simon, the toddler whose body was found in a landfill after he went missing last fall, has been returned to Georgia as his mother is facing multiple charges stemming from his death. Quentin, 20 months old, was first reported missing from his family's Savannah, Georgia home by his mother, Leilani Simon, on October 5th. His partial remains were found in a landfill 6 weeks later. The remains were brought back to Georgia this week after undergoing additional testing at the FBI lab in Quantico. Leilani Simon, 23, is facing 19 criminal counts, including a felony murder charge related to her son, Quentin's death. She pled not guilty at her arraignment last week, but she was denied bond. During the proceedings, Leilani's defense argued that she should be granted bond in order to reunite with her surviving 9-month-old daughter and 4-year-old son. Yeah, that should be real good for them. Leilani is facing 19 charges related to her son's death, and she's in the Chatham County Detention Center. It's not clear if Quentin's remains will be released to the family. So far, it's unclear what will happen. Judge Tammy Stokes, however, ultimately ruled that the young mother remained a flight risk. As of Wednesday afternoon, it was unclear if Quentin's remains will be released and if they will be claimed by the family. Okay, and then that girl, what happened with that? That girl that claimed she was Madeleine McCann, she's going to discuss the test results on Dr. Phil. Oh, she said, "I believe I am Madeleine McCann," she confidently told the talk show host, despite admitting her DNA results haven't come back yet, regardless of whether the Polish family who raised her are her biological relatives. Wendell insists she doesn't want contact with them. Oh, okay, really? Okay, and then this might be your stupid criminals. Father in Ohio mistakenly called a dumpster company in an apparent drunken and failed attempt to hire a hitman to kill his adult son has been sentenced to more than a year behind bars. Desmond Ramsey, 58, will spend 18 months in jail after he pled guilty to aggravated assault charges in connection with calls he made to Budget Dumpster Company in October. Ramsey apparently thought he was calling his friend Jesse. He identified himself as Tommy and left 3 messages saying, "It's a $5,000 hit on him. I don't give an F where he's at or what he's doing or who he be with. Kill that biatch." Ramsey's second message was blank. Third message, "It's business. This ain't bullshit." And he asked his friend to call him back ASAP. Budget Dumpster employees discovered the voicemails the following morning. The caller ID information displayed Ramsey's name and phone number. The Common Pleas Court Judge David Mattia, who read the transcripts of the messages out loud in court, issued the maximum possible sentence for the aggravated assault charge. Ramsey had initially been charged with 2 counts of complicity which carried a potential life sentence. Okay, so, wow, what is this? Oh, this is good. So here's a principal. Burn Science and Technology Principal Jan McGee resigned during a board meeting Tuesday after staffers refused to work with her for cutting a $100,000 check that she gave to an internet scammer. Resigning mid-meeting, she was met with furious applause. McGee was subject to a storm of backlash despite the school's business manager catching wind of the payment and canceling it before it went through. "I love this school more than anything else," McGee is heard saying in footage of the hectic meeting after fellow board members threatened to leave en masse if forced to work with her. Faced with those threats, she resigned, saying, "If it means your administration is going to stay, I'm turning in my resignation." Almost instantly, parents applauded the decision, clapping and cheering their cheers of approval as McGee, who headed the exclusive STEM school for more than 11 years, walked off. Other parts of the meeting were not published, though several speakers beforehand reportedly said the veteran staffer's behavior was irresponsible, insisting that her colleagues repeatedly told her she was being swindled, but went ignored. Several pointed to the school's reputation as one of the top 20% of all schools in the state, reportedly with a waiting list of students desperate to enroll, but perhaps the most sensational were statements from some of McGee's colleagues who threatened a mass walkout if forced to continue to work with her. The now circulating footage begins shortly after these statements and captures how McGee resigned on the spot and left the school building to a round of applause. It's not clear yet who is going to replace her and lead the school based in Oak Hill, a small coastal town 35 miles north of Orlando, Florida. The close call came to light earlier this month, after which McGee dramatically revealed she had been scammed online by a phony space tycoon to the tune of $100,000. The admission saw the school staffer also concede that she had been in talks with Elon for months before signing and sending the check, which she penned, expecting a more than tenfold return on the initial investment. A business manager, however, caught wind of the in-process payment and was able to cancel the transaction before the money cleared. There was no harm done, and a potential crisis was averted. Several of McGee's fellow board members subsequently expressed both ire and embarrassment over the flub, leading to her impromptu resignation. Crazy. Crazy. So let's look at this. This one, this Chiefs-aholic. Kansas City Chiefs-aholic. There's a $1 million warrant issued for the arrest of the Kansas City Chiefs fan, Chiefs-aholic, who skipped a court date for a violent Oklahoma bank robbery. Xavier Baburar, a.k.a. Chiefs-aholic, faces bank robbery charges. The wolf-costumed Kansas City Chiefs superfan, Chiefs-aholic, cut his GPS ankle monitor while free on bail and then skipped a court hearing for bank robbery charges in a violent Oklahoma heist. A $1 million warrant has been issued for his arrest. He was arrested in December for a robbery at a credit union in Oklahoma. He was supposed to appear in court Monday to face charges of robbery with a dangerous weapon and assault while masked or disguised, but online court information shows that he failed to show up. Authorities got an electronic alert that the tracker had been tampered with on Saturday. The next day, an officer reported finding the monitor in the woods in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The strap had been cut. Babudar's lawyer, Tracy Tiernan, said he knew nothing about it. I reached out to him and have not had a response. The beloved Chiefs fan rarely missed a game. News of his arrest in December broke after he missed one. Crazy. Okay, and then there's some little something on Murdaugh. So Mark Tinsley said that Alex Murdaugh may have plotted the murders of Maggie and Paul for 6 months. It has come to light that the ex-lawyer's murder trial had an understated connection to the infamous 2019 boat crash that led to the death of 19-year-old Mallory Beach. At Murdaugh's trial, Mark Tinsley testified. Tinsley, the attorney who, among other things, represents the Beach family and managed their wrongful death lawsuit against Alex for the boat crash, revealed he had suspicions for months that the former lawyer had been plotting to kill his son and wife. He contacted the Murdaughs with this evidence in hope of using the images in the case. So, here's a way to protect your wife, this person that you love more than anything, to keep her away from being sued, Tinsley testified. But the olive branch extended by Tinsley to Alex was denied, leaving Tinsley to sue Maggie, who just so happened to be killed in June 2021 before she and Paul could stand trial. The latter forced Tinsley to instead sue her estate, of whom Alex was the beneficiary. Strengthening Tinsley's beliefs was Alex Murdaugh's conversation with Maggie's sister, Marion Proctor, an exchange that Tinsley labeled as disturbing, as it only increased his suspicions that Alex had been planning to murder the two for a long period of time. In the conversation, Proctor asked Alex if he murdered his wife and if his murdered wife and son had suffered when they died. Alex said no, and told her that their deaths had been planned for a long time. Eli Beach, the father of Mallory Beach, enjoyed a small victory at the conclusion of Alex's trial. After Alex's sentencing, Beach refused to shake hands with the Murdaugh family, but instead enjoyed the opportunity to say, "Justice has been served." Okay, and let's see, I think, oh wow, I think I talked about this guy before. His picture looks so familiar. So anyway, Harley McCourt was spotted by police in Galveston. His mother and sister drove 7 hours and ran into their loved one, who was last seen in Arkansas. The Arkansas man has been found alive in Texas after disappearing from his home nearly 18 months ago. Harley McCourt, 27, has been reunited with his family after he was found unharmed on March 11th in Galveston, according to the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office. McCourt was last seen at his home around 1 a.m. October 2nd, 2021. The Sheriff's Office said in a previous missing persons report. Let's see, I feel like we've heard this before. He has not used his phone or left the residence in the 2 months leading up to his disappearance. Earlier this month, officials in Texas informed Harley's family that their loved one had recently been stopped by an officer for walking against traffic. Harley's mother, Kim McCourt, and his sister, Brittany Crumpton, drove more than 7 hours to search the area where Harley was spotted A short time later, per the report, they eventually ran into Harley as he was walking down the beach with an umbrella in his hand. He was wearing glasses and a COVID mask as well. Yesterday, I got to put my arms around my son. Kim wrote a heartfelt message on the Help Bring Harley McCord Home Facebook page. Harley is back with his family, and my heart is full again. It's unclear why Harley disappeared nearly a year and a half ago. He was severely depressed and distant for approximately 3 months prior to his disappearance. Harley was also said to be very paranoid about COVID and did not want people to touch him. Harley left both his wallet and cell phone at his house when he disappeared. He reportedly had not used his phone in about 2 months. A $10,000 reward was offered to anyone with information regarding Harley's disappearance. Officials in Texas were able to contact Harley's family after discovering their contact information on an old backpack the missing man was carrying. After finding Harley in Galveston, Kim treated her son to some new clothes and a special birthday dinner, having missed his 26th and 27th birthdays. Harley was reportedly taken to an Arkansas hospital shortly after returning home and continues to improve. A lot of his personality traits and stuff are coming out already, and he started to get back to being happy. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Paris Hilton had a baby by a surrogate? Is that true? Little Phoenix Riem was born by surrogate to Paris Hilton and her husband Carter, and is gurgling happily today in his crib in the family's extravagant mansion in an upscale neighborhood of Los Angeles. The 2-month-old is a dream come true for the 42-year-old. Oh gosh, she's 42 already. Oh my gosh, I don't think of her as 42, but man, she's 42. Who has longed for years to become a mother. The birth was not a conventional one. Instead of going through the pregnancy herself, the heiress turned businesswoman chose to find a surrogate to gestate and deliver her son. The reason, said Paris, was partially her fear of childbirth. Witnessing a woman having a baby in her television show, The Simple Life, had left her traumatized. Oh, really? Okay. That's the reason she did this? I wonder if she used her eggs. Hilton is the latest of many celebrities who have become mothers through surrogacy, leading their normal glamorous lives with figures and careers intact, and then out of the blue announcing a newborn's arrival with photographs of tiny fingers or feet clasped in mom or dad's hands. Let's see. Huh, that's interesting. She had a baby with a surrogate. Okay. Okay. All right, I think that's probably a good way to close. Hello, Julie W., Nicole Griffith, Deborah Vancouverden, Lil Lady, LMNW, Special Needs Mom, Kevin Leonard, Margot, General Sorrow, Ann Rose, else is here? Nightbot. I missed you. I'm sorry. General sorrow. We should cheer things up with some Darwin Awards. Did he wear that to the bank? Did who wear what to the bank? Poor guy. I think, oh, my chat is behind. Hi, Annie B. I'm hair in my mouth. General sorrow. How are you doing? Check mark. Check. Oh gosh, what a day. And it's snowing. I didn't get to go out today, but I don't know when I went out today locally, but that's it. What else is going on? Maybe, I know what maybe we could do. Let me see. Time for some wind down stuff, maybe. Okay. My husband is 58 and I'm 56, and we recently met my son's, who's 24, his girlfriend for the first time. He's been crazy about her. Apparently they've been dating for a year before he decided to have us meet her officially. What he's told us about her all seems great. She just got her degree, she's enjoying her job, she's family-oriented, etc. I'm honestly just glad he's happy with her. My husband and I don't think he's ever been this into someone before, so I feel pretty bad about what I did. Last weekend, he brought her over for dinner. By now, we'd been anticipating meeting her, with how much our son has been gushing about her, how perfect she is, that she's the one in his words. They ring the doorbell. That's weird. They ring the doorbell at their parents' house. We open the door. She looks exactly like her pictures, which is a great start. My son is grinning ear to ear. Another great start. We invite them in. She accepts my hug and a firm handshake from my husband. And then she opens her mouth and says, I don't believe this. I don't believe this at all. I'm the one your son puts his... And she says the word male appendage in. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is so fake. This is so fake. I know this is so fake for a number of reasons. They didn't ring the doorbell and you didn't invite your son in. Your son is going to walk into his family home, not ring the doorbell. This is so fake. This is so fake. I'm sorry. No. I'm not even going to read that because that is so fake. Sorry. That's fake. And I'm not, no woman would say, sorry, that didn't happen. She's just trying to write something that would get a lot of views there. Okay, let's check this one. I'm 26 and I'm married to Bill, who's 30. We're expecting our first child in 3 weeks, but I have an 8-year-old from a previous relationship. To put it lightly, Bill has no filter whatsoever. It's extremely annoying at times. I'm someone that overthinks everything and will go over what I'm about to say 10 times before it leaves my mouth to be sure it's not rude. He thinks there might be something wrong with him because he doesn't understand social cues and is pretty awkward, but won't get it checked or anything. Today, I went for an appointment, and they did a 4D ultrasound because they hadn't been able to see his face lately due to his always sucking his thumb. I've never had a 4D ultrasound before, and I was so excited to see my baby. Of course, like all 4D ultrasounds, the baby looked like a crisp lasagna when you don't know what you're looking at, but still cute and exciting, seeing your baby and all their facial features for the first time. I got home and waited for Bill to come home so I could show him the photos and videos. I'd have him sit down and I clicked on the best, clearest photo. We got to show him first a few photos. He had his hand up or was at a bad angle, or the umbilical cord was giving him a handlebar mustache. He looks at the photo and I'm pointing out, there's his eyes and nose and mouth, and the first thing out of his mouth is, wow, he's ugly. Immediately I get mad. I look at my phone and refuse to show him any of the other photos. He asked if that was the only photo I got, and I said, no, I've got more. But why the F would I show them to you if you're just going to sit there and call my baby ugly? I was so excited to show you these, and you completely ruined the moment because you don't know how to shut your mouth. He looked shocked that I was mad and said it's fair game because I call the baby names all the time. When I'm in a ton of pain, I say things like, this little shite won't get out of my ribs. I told him it was completely different, and he claims it's not, and he should be allowed to call the baby ugly. And also said, hopefully, that's not how he'll look when he comes out. I just refused to show him any more photos, and I told him to get out of the room. He is mad that I won't show him the rest, and still doesn't understand while I'm upset. I am pregnant, so maybe it's just hormones getting to me. Am I the a-hole? Did I overreact, or is he just an idiot? Then she said, edit, to answer some questions I keep getting asked. Is he on the spectrum? We don't know. He and I have both stated that might be the case, but he refuses to get tested because he's scared he might be. I understand that it's an issue, but I can't force him to go. I've encouraged him as much as I can, as often as I can, but he doesn't want to get a diagnosis. He was joking around. Unfortunately, he was not. I poke fun at these types of ultrasounds in my post. I can joke around it easily. The problem is, he did not say it in any sort of amount of a joking way. It was, wow, he's ugly, 100% serious and matter of fact. This was a final straw moment for me because I've been on him for the past 2 weeks about his comments like that about people's others. That didn't make sense. He's been saying very shallow, judgmental things, and I don't think it's right. You shouldn't call the baby my baby. It's both of ours. I understand where you're coming from, but there's a reason I called him my baby. We got married and agreed we wanted to try for a baby and tried for several months. This was not a surprise, and we both decided we wanted this baby. And after I got pregnant, any single little ow that wasn't comfortable, I'm throwing up blood from all this morning sickness, or anything that wasn't just absolutely praise to the baby, I was to the baby. He said, well, you wanted this every time. I explained how much I didn't like him saying that because it sounds like I'm the only one that wants the baby, and he doesn't give a shite and still says it. We compromised, and as a running joke, now I call him my baby because I'm the one that wanted him. When talking about the baby, Bill will often say, my boy or our baby. I never corrected him or have ever said, no, it's my baby, not yours, because it's not that serious. But that's why I said my baby in the post. A ton of comments are saying I'm something because babies are ugly. If you can look your excited pregnant wife in the eyes as she's expressing her joy after seeing the baby that you guys will be holding in just a few short weeks and respond with it's ugly, then you are the problem. There's a million other things you can say. And now after I give birth on what should be an amazing moment, I'm going to be scared that he's going to say, again, Instead of focusing on my baby, I'm going to worry if my husband is thinking the baby's ugly. Luckily, thanks to some lovely Redditors, I have the comeback, he looks just like you, in my pocket now. I've answered a lot of the comments. Please look for my replies, but I wanted to point out that it wasn't a joke. I said my baby for a reason, and he might be on the spectrum, but he refuses to get tested. I didn't show him the rest of the photos because I showed him the best one, where you could see the baby's face and chubby cheeks perfectly. It didn't look creepy or weird. So if he could look at the best picture and say, ew, why would I show him the rest that have his hand in the way or they're shot at a bad angle? There's no point in me having to get my feelings repeatedly hurt just so he can see the photos that are considered mess-ups anyway. So, do you think she is the a-hole, yes or no? You can just put yes or no. Yes or no. Hi, Rich. You're going to bed? Okay. Good night. Oh, the chat is slow tonight. Oh my gosh. You're saying she's not the a-hole. Julie is saying 3. I don't know what 3 means. But you just gave me, I better look at the top chatters. Well, special needs mom, you're going to be upset. Hold on a minute. Oh, here we go. Kevin Leonard is the top chatter. Deborah Vancouver is the second top chatter. L, you've moved into 3rd place. Special needs mom, you've dropped a rung. You're 4th place. Ann Rose, you're 5th place. High 61, you're 6th place. Chris Ree 77, you're 7th place. Margot, you're 8th place. Barb Olson, you've moved to 9th place. Bucky Ann's Creation, you're in 10th place. Ruffin Reddy is 11. Nicole Griffith is 12. Lisa L is 13. LMNW is 14. Sassy Darcy is 15. Linda is 16. High Speed Drifter is 17. Janae Ann is 18. Little Lady is 19. 20 is Adventures with Beth. Hold on. Rhoda Tillicalf, 21. Jeannie's Talking About Life, 22. Emmy is 23. Liz Tops is 24. And Shelley Joe sneaks in there at 25. And those are your top chatters. Okay, let's go back to this now. Okay, let's see. My husband and I have been together for 2 years. He and I live in a home that I bought from my mom's inheritance money. His mother always talks about how messy our home is. And although there's 2 people in this house, she always directs her comments and criticism towards me. She even brings it up in front of a lot of people, which puts me on the spot constantly. She also seems to forget that I'm pregnant and I still work, while her son covers 2 night shifts every other week. Last week was my final straw. We were gathered at dinner, and she brought up how messy my home was the last time she visited. She lectured me for half an hour, and then started shaming for the state of the house. I snapped at her and told her, "It's so ironic and hypocritical of you to keep lecturing me on the state of my house as if I don't live with someone that you raised." She went silent, and my husband stared at me in disbelief. Things got awkward, and next thing I knew, my husband stormed out, and dinner gets cut short. We went home, and he yelled at me about how I insulted and humiliated him by implying that he's a lazy, dirty bum. He said it was a cheap attempt to get at him when I should have just kept him out of the conflict his mother and I have. He's not speaking to me, and he's extremely upset. He went to stay with his brother and has been cold to me about this for days now, saying I used him as a tool to get back at his mother and that he was innocent and shouldn't have been humiliated like that. Am I the a-hole? Is she? Yes or no? We're going to look at this house. It's in Scotland County, North Carolina. It's on 9 acres. And I'm going to read you about it. Welcome to Tenora, a Victorian beauty built in 1885. This picturesque home is nestled on 9+ acres, and it's just a short drive from Lauenburg's downtown and shopping districts. As soon as you arrive in Tenora, you are welcomed by grand magnolias and a wraparound front porch beaming with history and character. The home has been lovingly restored by the current owners, who brought her back her former glory with a modern twist. Classic elements such as leaded glass, original doors, windows, fireplaces, and mantel surrounds, and warm original heart pine floors still remain. Important updates to plumbing, electrical, mechanical systems, roof, chimneys, and more were completed recently. The floor plan offers lots of flexibility and unique elements. Once inside the foyer, you will notice the original paneling and barreled vaulted ceiling off the foyer. An inviting sitting room, guest room, or home office leads into the main living room. The kitchen features hunter green cabinetry, brick herringbone floors, soapstone countertops, built-in plate rack, shelving, and apothecary drawers. The matching island has a lovely butcher block top. A sunny breakfast nook off the kitchen is perfect for letting in an abundance of light. Okay, we're going to go on and on and on and on this. Okay, a stunning magazine-worthy Carrara marble primary bathroom with fireplace is peaceful and elegant. The upstairs features Large bedrooms, large bonus utility room. Outside, there's a 3-stall center aisle horse livestock barn with hay storage and a wash stall that could be easily updated. Several outbuildings for extra storage or repurposing. The property in the rear is flat, cleared, and ready for pasture. The uniqueness, privacy, and character of this home and property is unparalleled. Don't miss your chance to own this piece of Scotland County's history. Okay, let's take a look. Brick steps, nice. Nice. The floors are very nice. Look at how nice the floors are done. Beautifully refinished. I have like herringbone wood on the ceiling. Very light. A lot of light coming in. Backsplash looks to me like, I hope that it's supposed to look like that and not somebody didn't know how to tile. I don't like it, but that's an easy fix. Thinking that somebody didn't know how to tile. I don't think it's supposed to look like that based on how this outlet is. I like the floors. Of fireplaces. I don't like those stools, but they don't come with the house. I like the fireplaces, yes. I don't know why this looks kind of scary. Why is that coming in through the window? That doesn't look good. There was a dog laying there. Look at that little door in the door. Hello there. At least that tile looks done nicely. The stairs. So those bedrooms, I think, were on the first floor. Nice bedroom on the second floor. Oh, there's a nice bathroom with a fireplace. That's the bathroom with the fireplace in the Carrera marble. That's nice. Shower. large soaking tub. I would like, I'd rather have a tub that's jetted, but nice. Walk-in closet with cabinetry is nice. Lots of, oh look, there's lots of storage space in that closet. Very nice. Then another bedroom. And that's the bonus, oh, this is their bonus room that they said. Okay. Then outside, they have a little, that's that area on the side. Their deck is like that, which is a little bit strange, but deal with it. Then there's the barn and that little outbuilding. That could be a potting shed or something, I guess, if you fix those windows. Nice look at the house, looks nice there. Some nice bushes, flowering rhododendron. That little right there. Look at all those brick chimneys. Garage. And it's gated. Be nice to have a pool there, but how much do you think it is? It's on 9.5 acres, 2,903 square feet, it says. Looks bigger than that though, doesn't it? Built in 1885 in Scotland County, North Carolina. How much do you think it is? Put your... And Billy Boy, hey, all my MRB peoples. Hi, Billy Boy, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Billy Boy. Okay, so we have $8.79 from Lil Lighty, $7.50 from Annie B, $4.50 from Kevin Leonard, $5.60 from Deborah Vancouver, $6.95 from Margot, $8.20 from Sharon, $7K. I think you mean $700K, Marianne. General Sorrow says $8.88. L says $7.79. Well, the answer is $5.25. I think that's a pretty good deal, don't you? I do. I do think it's a good deal. Okay, here's another new house that's come up. It's also in North Carolina. It's overlooking a lake. Okay. And it is in Asheville, Buncombe County. It's on Lakeshore. Okay. I'll tell you a little bit about this. Introducing the stunning 1939 English Tudor located in historic Lakeview Estates, is now on the market for the first time in 60 years, people. The first time in 60 years. People have died waiting for this to get on the market. The home is nestled on a private 1.5-acre lot that overlooks picturesque Beaver Lake, people, providing incredible waterfront views from almost every room in the house, designed by renowned architect S. Grant Alexander. This home is a true masterpiece, from the impressive brick exterior to the arched doorways and to the intricately detailed woodwork throughout the interior. No detail has been overlooked in the design or the construction of this magnificent property. With a little bit of updating, you can transform this estate into your own private oasis. 5,040 square feet. Let's go look at it. A little bit of updating. Well, so far it's looking okay. Light. Big windows. Okay. Kind of like, this looks like mid-century modern. A lot of people would probably like that. That's coming back big time, and that's not like, that's real wood. That's very nice for like a library room. I like that. I wouldn't change a thing. That's nice. That's very nice. I like the door. Very nice. Okay, I like the corner cabinetry. Like I said, I don't mind this office like this. I like that. I like it. It's very like Mad Men mid-century. I like it. Okay, let's look at the bathroom now. I didn't get a big enough look at that bathroom. I like the black and white floor. And it's got white tile, so it's not that bad either. And look at this nice like butler's pantry thingy going on here. That's very nice. You know, I don't, maybe this looks like Corian. The cabinets are not bad, but I would probably redo the countertops and the backsplash and put quartz in. And this bathroom is, I mean, the bathrooms and stuff is going to be your biggest expense. That's not bad at all. And look at these built-ins in this closet. And here's what, like another office or the laundry room / office? That's very interesting. I don't know. I think it's very nice. I don't see a lot of updating that needs to be done. There's the fountain. Wow, I don't see a lot of updating. I think it's very nice. Okay, so how much do you think it is? And Billy Boy, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Not too bad at all, right, Lisa Hoban? Not too bad at all. It's 1939. Al, it was built in 1939. You're wearing your space pants? Okay. It's 2.5 million, guys. It's 2.5 million. It's in a prestigious Lakeview Estates. That's a very nice home with many impressive accents, offered for the first time in 60 years. If you want to get in there, you're going to be writing a check for 2.5 million. Are you just kidding around? You're not wearing your space pants? I'm very disappointed. I really like that house a lot. Okay, now we're going to look at this one, also in North Carolina, in downtown Asheville, on 10 minutes from downtown Asheville. Incredibly rare historic home that's situated on a picturesque, almost 1 acre lot and located only 10 minutes from downtown Asheville. Built in 1911, this property features a rich history, original beadboard paneling and wood floors, beautiful stone fireplace, generous wraparound porch, overlooking mature landscaping, inviting, impressive 3-bedroom, 3-bath home, boasts 2,573 square feet, a welcoming foyer, bright, spacious rooms. It's truly turnkey with an updated electrical, plumbing, HVAC, and a newer metal roof. Property features ample outdoor space for gathering and gardening, along with multiple storage options. Easy access with a signalized intersection from US 74, conveniently located 1.2 miles to I-40 and less than 1 mile to the Blue Ridge Parkway. This property is close to everything, yet has a private charm. This property is an ideal location with many businesses, restaurants, grocery stores, and offices nearby. Okay, let's take a look. Hold on, I'm getting the pictures. Okay. I don't know what that is over there. What is that? They said 10 minutes from downtown. That looks very close to that highway. Yeah, what is that? Is that like a strip mall thing there? Not loving that location. Not at all. 6:15. Kind of like a hunting lodge. Maybe as an Airbnb for people visiting Asheville, but I wouldn't want to live in it as a home with a family. But as an Airbnb, it might be nice. That piece is from Ethan Allen. Definitely not feeling it as a house. Definitely not, but maybe as a rental. Got a real hunting lodge feel. Yeah, I can see it as an investment opportunity. Yeah. But since we looked at it, what do you think? Since we looked at it, what price do you think it is? No, it's not my cup of tea either, Annie. I think maybe as an investment property where it is, use it as a bed and not a bed and breakfast, but as an Airbnb. You're all way off. You're way off, all of you. All y'all. All y'all are way off. All y'all. You're all way off. 7:15. Okay, how about a mid-century modern in historic Diablo, that means devil, Diablo. Okay, California. So this is a mid-century modern. This is situated in the highly desirable historic Diablo. This mid-century modern home is remodeled inside and out. The property gives an accurate nod to mid-century style. The gorgeous custom steel door with mahogany wood wrap welcomes each visitor with their first glimpse of this elevated design. Walls of windows provide spectacular natural light throughout this gorgeous home and beckon the occupants to embrace an indoor-outdoor lifestyle. This completely renovated 4-bedroom, 3-bath home has clean, elevated finishes and comprehensive updates for an impeccable buyer. The volume in the home is amazing. There are vaulted ceilings in the living room and fresh white kitchen featuring quartz countertops, gorgeous Brahmo pendant lights, a Bosch 5-burner induction stove with downdraft, stainless KitchenAid refrigerator and double ovens, a Miele dishwasher, wine bar with glass cabinet storage and sink. Enjoy the new hardwood floors underfoot. The home has a beautiful master suite with a walk-in closet, 2 additional large bedrooms close by, and a private guest suite with a full bath on the opposite side of the home. All baths feature stunning floating counters and sinks. The warm, cozy family room has its own fireplace and window wall to the backyard. Both family room and living room transition to a custom 1,200 square foot Grade A redwood deck open to a flat, lush backyard. The 2-car garage even has its own climbing wall. 2 storage sheds on the outside add to the convenience and storage this home offers. It's just a short walk or golf cart ride to the Diablo Country Club, its own post office, and all that Diablo has to offer. The location is ideal. Come for the home. Stay for the community. It's located in the highly rated San Ramon Valley School District. Let's take a look. It was built in 1957. Look at all those shelves over there. Good luck if you need something up here. Hey, look at that, Elle. It's calling to you. And they even have a little kitchen for you in your room. Okay, put your guesstimates in there. Julie says 2.4 million, 1.79 million, 3 million for Annie B, 1.75. Was there a bathtub? I don't know. I think so. Maybe not. Who knows? Lisa Hoban says 4 million. Elle says 3 million. Kevin says 3.4 million. Sharon says 2.25. 2,998,000. Just shy of 3 million. Uh-oh, what did I do? I moved away from the live instead of going back to the house. Okay. Okay, let's look at let me see here. Okay, we're going to look at another mid-century modern. This time we're going to look at a mid-century modern in Decatur County, Georgia. It's a luxury lake house, guys. A luxury lake house, mid-century modern in Decatur, Georgia. Now, tell you a little bit about this. Dreams really can come true. And this house is a dream. It's a mid-century modern, rehabilitated into a beautiful mid-mod traditional crossover. This gorgeous home is a historic ranch home with a stunning custom front door and entrance made from locally sourced cypress to complement the lakeside setting. The gracious foyer welcomes guests into the home with a colorful grass cloth wallpapered powder room, conveniently located for entertaining. The home has 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, an open floor plan with sliding doors and huge windows that open the entire living space to a fully landscaped patio with it, and most of the house designed to take in the incredible views of beautiful Lake Douglas. The primary bedroom showcases one of the best views, along with an enormous walk-in closet with custom shelving and spa-like and spacious primary bathroom. It has a double vanity, a separate walk-in shower, and a garden tub. The chef's kitchen overlooks the dining and living rooms and lake views, and the large bonus room off the carport is perfect for a playroom, office, family room, whatever you need. A laundry room and a separate storage room is perfect for additional refrigerator or freezer space, sports gear, and more. This house is truly what a dream come true looks like. And now, this dream can be yours. Hey, it's got a door like that other one. Oh dear. That wallpaper. Wow. Okay. Live with it a while, they said. It might grow on you. Hey, there's one of that's a Copley duck there. Look at the turkey. Look at the turkey. I love how they have a closet like that. And it looks like a guy. Look at this shirt. Look how that's hung up. Oh my gosh. And that's just thrown there. It looks like he's been sitting all over this bed. That was a grass cloth. Don't tell me that's grass cloth. Okay. All right. How much? It's on 4 acres. Yes, we had an auction, Marianne. It wasn't very good. Not good at all. And I was so excited going into it because I thought I picked up things that people would really like. But most of our people weren't there. Okay, we've got 450, 650, 700, 480 from Sharon, 550, 990, 749. It has a carport. A carport. Carport. Okay. Now we're going to go to Jackson, Georgia. An absolutely breathtaking 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, historic Victorian home in the heart of Jackson. Fully fenced yard with a meticulous manicured lawn and an in-ground saltwater pool. 2 separate driveways provide ample parking. Its fully restored interior with original heart pine hardwoods and mantels. Kitchen boasts granite countertops, island, custom-built exposed shelves, wine rack for entertaining, master bedroom with fireplace, an ensuite with soaking tub, separate shower, double vanity, spacious sunroom, laundry room, and original plus custom features throughout this beauty. Let's go take a look. It's on just under 1 acre, built in 1892. It's called a folk Victorian. It's in Butts County, Georgia. And there's no buts about it. No buts about it. No buts about it. Okay. I'm going to have to show you these photos from here. Oh, there's a black cat staring at us. And the dog over here does not look impressed. Uh-oh. What's over there? Saltwater pool. It must have been taken around Christmas time, 'cause there's presents on the porch for show. Okay, that's all you're going to get. How much do you think it is? The tree has eyes. Marianne says it's much cozier. She likes it. Hey, Mikey, she likes it. Lil Lighty says $6.75. Margot says $6.90. Elle says $2.50. Sharon says $7.40. Kevin says $400K. Adventure says I could cuddle up with a book in that living room. Okay, our last home is going to be one that was built by a Major League Baseball player. It's a bed and breakfast, the Jewel of Vienna, and it's located in Ohio. It's too much for me to read, but I'll give you a little bit. Welcome to this historic colonial home in Woodsfield. It was built in 1939 by Sad Sam Jones. The sellers have tried to keep a lot of the original character of the home as much as possible. Original hardwood floors throughout the home. They are still exposed upstairs. Original woodwork, original doorbell going up the stairway, original slate roof per cellar. It is still in good shape with no leaks. Original doors. All have been well maintained over the years. The home offers 2,900 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. Okay, and let's see what we have here. Okay, let's go look at it. Oh, tired. Okay. It's an odd place for a hammock. That's unexpected. Okay. Last one of the night, guys. How much do you think it is? $199. $199. Well, a real bargain. You're all way off. What you didn't see? Sharon says the price makes sense. Tomorrow's the 30th. Tomorrow's karaoke. Billy Boy, are you coming to our karaoke? Is Billy Boy still here? Billy Boy, are you coming to karaoke? You love songs. It'll probably start around 9:30, go to probably 11:30, 2 hours, and then we'll go to our live. But right now, good night, little lady. Night, little lady. I'm going to be going to bed too. I'll put the zoom in. Let's see. All right. Good night, everybody. God bless. Prayers for all that need them. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? Thanks for coming. Bye.